guys to everyone. I'm Ada from Poison Rock, and today as a guest we have a wonderful woman, a friend, Gogo from Aeonian Sorrow. First of all, how are you, Gogo?
I'm very good. Greetings from Finland. I hope you're well too.
Yeah, I am indeed, and I was looking forward for this interview for a long time, and because finally, after a lot of male interview, it's time for a little bit of a woman's talk, chit chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, we have to focus as well about the band. Let's start, of course, with the most common question: Aeonian Sorrow. How everything started, how the band was formed, and the people that plays in the band. So, how everything began.
Okay, yeah. The band basically started in 2015.
Okay.
It was at the beginning a solo project.
Okay.
Like the need I had as an artist to create something by myself. And later on, with friends I had around in the doom metal scene, I got in touch with a drummer, a guitarist, and we went to the studio to record everything.
That's beautiful.
Of course, with the time, the band has changed lineup with the years, and now the final lineup is me on vocals, songwriting, and keyboards. Taneli Yamsa in guitars, Yuka Yauhianen in second guitar. We have a Greek drummer, Achilleas Papagrigorio, and we have a guest bass player who is Oscar Englad from As Sun Falls. He helped us with the new record now. And of course, the singer, Joel Notkonen, who is a new entry in the band. He joined us a few months ago.
So isn't the new album? Isn't the new album that was released? Okay. So and all the band is located in Finland, or they are like from Greece too?
Well, we always had the main base in Finland.
Okay.
Of course, when I was still living in Greece, it was kind of mixed. But now that I moved in Finland as well, everything is here. So I would say that the base is still in Finland.
Yeah, of course. But of course, before starting to speak about like the first album or the first single that you released, I wanted to ask about a little bit more about yourself, because I know and people, I think that's interesting to know as well, that you are a graphic designer, that you are an amazing artist, and as well, being an artist, you cover as well like the music. So how Gogo started to be, to have this interest in the music and to be this amazing graphic designer, because you sell as well your artwork for bands. So basically you have work in all the music field.
Yeah, well, my whole life is based in the music field, I would say. Yeah. I don't know. I was just very close to music since I was a child, and yeah, everything was about that. Everything was about singing, visuals, nice images and stuff. So it was so natural to me to become a graphic designer, and specifically graphic designer for the music industry. I've been doing this for 16 years now, and I'm super grateful that a lot of bands out there and a lot of labels, trusted me to work with. I had worked with Wolfhard, Xandria, Omnium Gatherum, a lot of bands out there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And the music also comes with it. I cannot really say that I can detach these two stuff. I'm into both.
I know what you mean. And because of course, for example, when you compose your music, or for example when you, let's say, compose your own art, they are kind of related. For example, if there is some main topic that because I think the cover of the album reflects as well, it's you that doing your cover of the album, of your own album, right?
Yeah, true.
So let's speak, for example, about Into the Eternity, A Moment We Are. It was the first album released, which was the main topic of this album, because of course the title is beautiful, and I think it has a meaning as well.
Yes. Well, that line that we used on the album was basically taken from a lyric concept we had with my previous band, which was called Luna Obscura. It was
Okay.
a Greek project I was singing there. So I always like this line because it has a very nice meaning behind it,
Ah,
like into the eternity, a moment we are, which is basically describing the humankind and our place on Earth.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like we mean nothing. We are just a moment. So let's embrace this moment. And I had the idea of using that title, and the whole concept behind that is kind of death, sorrow, but also what comes around that too, which is life as well.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, that was the main topic, the main idea. But I would say that all music we have recorded and made so far is based about yeah, these topics like death, sorrow, grief, and life too.
Nice to as well.
A little bit of romance as well sometimes
We
for
need it as
lost loves, yeah, and yeah, difficult moments that all people have. But yeah,
if
I think that's yeah.
when we are feeling down, I mean, we seek kind of relief in the music at the first, at the first. So it's kind of like I say, a friend or a therapist that we seek, like at the beginning. Like I'm feeling sad, so I put some music. It could be happy, I mean, it could be whatever
Yeah.
type of music you want to hear. And as well as the artwork reflect what is in the topic, I guess. I mean,
Yes, of
how do you
course.
proceed? I mean, you are. That's what for me is interesting because of being, I think, the songwriter as well yourself, and being the artist. Would that how work? I mean, you put out the, let's say, the topic of the album, and then you put it into the drawing of the design.
Well, it's mostly digital art.
Okay.
It's kind of digital drawing with photo manipulation mixed together. At least that's what I do. There are other artists out there who work in a totally different way. But what comes to my band, I don't know. I always have a clear concept of what I want to do, but it always ends in a total different way. Yeah, for some strange reason, I don't know. But it's still influenced to what I had in my head to do, but not exactly what I was trying to create.
Yeah.
Like for example, the recent album we did, I got all inspiration from the region I used to live back in Greece.
Yeah.
And I used to visit very often because of my family and relatives and everything. Right now, the oldest members of the family are not there anymore, and it was more about to carry their memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the album was created being influenced with this in my head, and yeah, it was more about that. But as a concept, I would say I'm very influenced from dark sides of yeah, of sorrow and grief. And if you notice, I don't always put faces on the artworks. At
Yeah.
least
Yes.
whatever has to do with Aeonian Sorrow, I don't like putting faces because for me personally, face, it can be anybody's face behind the whole
Yeah.
pain
Exactly.
and yeah, the whole thing that we all carry inside us. So
Yeah.
everybody can put his face into these figures, and if it reflects him musically, what we do, yeah.
Yeah, I think that,
Yeah.
like you were saying, this topic kind of reflects really, because every one of us experienced those feelings at least once, twice, or even
Yeah.
more in our life, even daily sometimes. Because I think there is we have a small part in us that it's always carrying some grieving. That's this small trauma that we are carrying with our life. Like you were,
Yeah.
like people that we had in our life, family, grandfather, grandmother, that maybe we cherish all the time. Maybe it doesn't have to be all the time sad, but it's a kind of always grieving someone. So these memories kind of sometimes it's not like sad, like in a bad way, but let's say like in
Yes,
a
of
beautiful
course.
way to remember these people. Like, and it's healthy as well to give us some times to remember and feel that. So that's kind of, let's say that's
Yeah.
therapeutical as well. But after that, you kind of release an EP. So I like
Mhm.
it out. So why the choice of just releasing an EP instead of straightforward like the second album?
Well, back then we didn't have a lot of time in the creation of making a new record, so we thought to make it simple here and just release an EP with 4 songs that we already felt like they were representing what we want to do next, our next step.
Okay. So basically, it was kind of a direction in the sound and everything that was putting forward to today. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the main idea first, and it came out as an EP. However, if you notice with the time that it has, it almost sounds like an album
Yeah.
because it's over 30 minutes. Yeah, which is basically what happens to all doom metal bands out there because we all have long songs all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not hard. I mean, to especially to record all this long song for an album, for just one album, an EP. Sorry, it's not like it wasn't like because you released it in 2020. That was as well the famous period. So it wasn't hard to record that as well. Like going back because you're moving and the band. I mean, recording that EP, even if it was longer.
Yeah, we basically recorded that time, and then the idea was to create an album,
Okay.
the second album, right after it, like not taking over a year to do that. But the COVID pandemic, everything came in, so it delayed a lot of plans and a lot of stuff that we had in mind to do. And yeah, like most bands basically,
Yeah.
and yeah, it took us a bit longer to come back to the album release, but I'm super happy with the EP. I wish I had a little bit more time to put more songs on this record so we can call it a second album.
But I mean,
But
an album is
still,
yeah. So because of course you released already a single from the new album, Anemos. So you prepared the people for the album, which is called Katara. I think it's gonna be out the 1st of November, right?
Yes.
So what you can say about, because of course through the first single already we can hear something, of course, because there is as well the music video and everything. So what's changed? What is changed from Into the Eternity? I mean, from the beginning, let's say, until Katara. I mean, how, if everything changed, like in the sound, was like growing up as well in the topic, if something new was added?
Yes. Whatever has to do with sound, I think we put a little bit more stuff this time. We still have and remained in our original sound, the music we were playing, but we added a little bit of Finnish language in the lyrics, Greek also, which is the first time I'm actually singing in my own language.
That's important, because there are bands, because we don't see a lot of bands, even from Greece. There are famous bands from Greece, of course, a huge band, but not everyone sings in Greek. So it's important because, and I feel, because we kind of share the same, because Sicily was full of Greek people as well. We kind of share a little bit of the same story. So you did good. Put some Greece culture in there. We need it. Not only vibing, please.
The thing is with that I really liked the outcome of it and how it sounded from the first demos that we were doing at the studio. And we said that we should try to use it even more. So I suppose that people are gonna hear it. Definitely, they're gonna hear it that on the album. if we had a little bit more time, we would have added also traditional instruments as well.
Wow,
like something traditional from the Greek side and something from the Finnish side as well, to combine them together. But I think that it's going to happen on the next record for sure.
That's beautiful.
Because we really want to combine these two cultures, because it's already unique seeing Greeks with Finnish people having a band together and working together. It's a unique combination.
Yeah, you don't see that. Like I said, you don't see that a lot, especially in the northern music scene. I mean, you don't see it completely. So you brought something new. I mean, you
will see
more, like in the folk scene, for example. That's common in the folk scene. But I didn't see until now something came by, like from Greece. Actually, to be honest, like even in the folk music, there is no kind of folk languages used. So I was joking with a friend of mine, because I was supposed to be at Midgårdsblott, and everyone is dressed like Vikings. And I said, you know what? Since Sicily was with Romance and Greece, so classical, I will go dressed as a Greek in Midgårdsblott. So it will be different. I'm not gonna play the lyra or even the drum, but different. So we have this amazing heritage from our culture. So bringing it back as well with the classical instrument, or even in the language, it's beautiful, because everyone knows that. I mean, the base of the most common word came from Greece. So.
Yeah, and that's basically the reason we use these words too on the titles, like anemos, which means wind in my language.
Okay.
And it sounds really good as a word, at least. Yeah, it's very airy. And the album word, which is katara, it means curse in my language too. So I had the idea of using that as well, and a little bit of Finnish too at the same time, until we find the best combo in between two words to connect them even more in the future. Yeah,
but
I think it's gonna happen even more.
Because of course you announced as well the tour that is gonna take it's called the Morning Soul, Morning Fall. The tour is called.
Yeah, Morning Fall. It's the name of the tour. We are gonna be two bands together, Finnish bands.
Okay.
As Aeonian Sorrow, as the Sun Falls, and a German band which is called Sanity Obscure.
Okay.
And we're gonna have some local support also in some of the countries, not all of them. Yeah, we're gonna have some local support as well. It's a 10 days tour. A 10 days tour, which is going to end here in Finland with two shows. Yeah.
So you don't make like some gigs or in their life, for example, even in Greece at the moment?
We wanted to book something in Greece as well, at least for this round, but unfortunately we cannot really make it at this time frame. Yeah, it's a bit complicated with the other countries we are going, but the plan is to do a second round after that as well. So we try to fill up with as many countries as possible and go visit other places that we haven't played so far. Yeah.
And I mean, of course, when you will be performing live, you will have to switch to different completely languages. It's gonna be like hard for you, like singing and switching languages from Finnish to Greek. I mean, for me it would be complicated, but I mean, I don't know if you've already done that before, but switching languages while you were singing. I mean, it's kind of a bet. How do you feel about that?
Well, the thing is that I'm so used to talk to English all the time. So when it comes to my language, there's always some little accent of English there that it wasn't supposed to be there anyway.
But you think it's normal.
Yeah, but I think the most struggles I'm gonna have with it will be the Finnish language because it's the most complicated to talk.
Yeah.
Easy to read, but complicated to speak it. But yeah, with a little bit of practice, everything will come out very naturally. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a big issue. Yeah.
That's a good. So let just to summarize a little bit before speaking about the influences of Aeonian Sorrow and you. So the album is gonna drop off officially the 1st of November.
Yes, that's correct.
The tour is gonna start where and ends where? So the people know.
Well, the album comes out, as you said, on November 1st. There's going to be, of course, an official premiere 1 or 2 days before, if I remember correctly, by No Clean Singing.
Okay.
And after that, we will start the tour on the 3rd of November in Warsaw, in Poland.
So it's
it has a lot of countries. Poland, we go to Germany, we go to France, we go to Latvia, Lithuania,
It's beautiful.
All
these countries.
And we all hope that it's gonna work out super well and we're gonna have much fun.
Of course.
Because we really want to play shows now. It's
time.
Really,
you worked a lot and it's time. I mean, after especially moving a lot, just because you have to now time to moving because you want to have fun and enjoy the traveling. And speaking a little bit about your own influences and the band, because of course I think that as well the influences of the band reflect your own influences. So now I'm gonna ask a question that is not hard, I think, but someone asked me for this question, just to pick 5 bands / albums that influence you, Gogo, as a musician, a person, like your own self.
Ask me again because I think I lost the translation.
Like 5 album or artists that influenced you as a musician or as a person? As a person as well in general.
Choosing an album is always hard for me because when it comes to what bands I like, I always follow them from the beginning until the very end. I don't change. But I would say that the top 5 bands that have influenced me through the years are definitely Swallow the Sun, Madame Bright. I would say Anathema also. Because I spend a lot of time listening to them in good times and bad times too. Theater of Tragedy. It's
good band. I remember that band. At least when I was a teenager, long time ago.
A lot of people have forgot actually this band, but they existed.
They are still doing music because I listened to them like 15 years ago, kind of.
Unfortunately, they don't exist anymore, but they had some, if I remember correctly, they had some really release of an album after some years.
They're good.
But it's always been one of my top favorite bands out there, especially for the clean singing and the whole combination with growls and female ethereal vocals. And of course, Tristania as well.
I remember
as well Tristania. It was one of my one of my favorite ones. So that's my top 5, I think.
You are an artist as well. There has been some artists, I don't know, could be graphic designer as well, or a painter, or artists in general that influence your way of doing art. Here, there's no number. Just it's a free question.
I wouldn't say that I have a fixed influence on this topic. At all. I like several stuff, abstract art very much. I like the dark graphics as well. a little bit of old traditional cathedral, yeah, any type of these fields, yeah. So it's always I'm always, at least going as a graphic designer, I'm always between gnostic themes, dark themes, a little bit of spiritual influence with cinema, theater, yeah. It's all these topics together, yeah. And it's mostly what I see. If I see something and it reflects something that I like, it's probably gonna become my favorite and gather my influence from it. Yeah. So
of course. And yeah, of course. And I mean, for me personally, art is beautiful. So if just of course I will put all the information regarding your art as well, because it's important.
Thank you.
I mean, we have talked to each other in some way. And it just really, if we would like to just say, like, in one adjective or one word, what I heard, I mean, if you want to describe Aeonian Sorrow, how we would describe them? Like in one word, in a sentence, how easier it is for you, of course.
I would probably say that eternal is the one word that it should be here. Yeah, eternal. And yeah, Aeonian Sorrow basically means eternal sorrow. Yeah. So but I wouldn't say that sorrow it's what represents everything, because as I said previously, we have a lot of other topics mixed together with the music. So I wouldn't just focus only on the dark side of of all the feelings and emotions. So I would definitely say eternal. It's the best word to describe it.
I mean, I think the sound, it's beautiful, and your voice is beautiful, Gogo, really. And I really hope that you're gonna make second tour here around Italy, Greece. I mean, in a way that we can finally meet after 1 year and a half, kind of. And instead of sending vocal messages, we just speak in person, because we have finally to meet. I have this thing, we have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was really happy to meet you here and before, and I'm really happy. I'm really. I must say that for me, it's really precious, our friendship. It always did. So I really cherish our friendship and this interview and your band. So for anyone, just I will push them to listen Aeonian Sorrow. Like, let's make a campaign to listen Aeonian Sorrow.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you deserve that. And especially, like we said before, moving all around, facing on a lot of difficulties, it's time to just have fun. So enjoy a lot in this tour. And of course, I would be really happy if we could do an interview after you will come back to the tour, so we can speak about the album completely, like a review of the album. So going deep, and as well speak about the tour, how did it go? I mean, how we will go, what will you do? So like an updating interview. And until then, I'm really happy about it. I will keep you posted if I need anything or something. And have the rest of the day/night, evening.
Yeah.
And talk to you soon. It was a really pleasure to see you finally, Gogo. And thanks for everything. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you too. Thank you so much for this interview and for finally meeting you and talk with you. It's been a wonderful pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. See you soon, Gogo.
See you. Bye.